Welcome back, everybody.
Hi,
I see you.
good to see you.
For the new followers, do me a favor. Please subscribe and like the video, and don't forget to hit the bell notification for future video uploads. Didn't get any emails this past couple days, but we
Oh,
do have some Reddit stories. I do have one story that I do want to read after you read yours. And we
okay.
talk.
Okay. Are you ready?
Waiting on you.
Okay. So, the title of this story, my 28 female boyfriend, 34 male, claims our shared home isn't mine. All right, here's the story. I'm looking for advice on what is the most equitable way or how others in relationships split living expenses. My reminder, she's 28 female, he is 33 male. My boyfriend purchased a house years ago before I was in the picture. At the time, he was married and had a child with his ex wife. He purchased the house entirely in his name due to her credit and has continued to own it after they separated. He is a vet and receives a monthly disability check from the VA that is about equal to my salary. As we were dating, I started to search for a house to purchase. My budget was limited, so I didn't have a lot of great prospects. So I was doing it rather slowly, but still actively looking. As we got more serious, he really pushed for me to just move in with him, especially since he had his daughter. I was hesitant, but eventually I did. I've continued to actively search for a house to purchase and save towards a down payment. I've lived here paying half the rent, plus utilities, plus most of the groceries for the last year. When she says rent, I'm assuming mortgage payment is what she means. But the other day during a board game, my partner and I were debating in what seemed initially friendly about the meaning of a rule, at which point he stated abruptly and aggressively that his name was on the mortgage and this was his house, so what he says goes, and he decided the way the rule of the game played out. This threw me off and made me feel horrible. Like somehow this wasn't our house and my portion of bills was discounted. That was over a week ago. Today, the conversation of common law came up, and him explaining it to his daughter. It led to us talking about the home and how things got divided up if we stayed together that long. Regardless of the how, he states that my payment barely contributes to the mortgage and only covers utilities. I pay half of the cost of living plus groceries for all three of us. Frankly, I pay more than I view are my fair share and feel splitting the cost of the two-bedroom home down the middle leaves me paying for a room I never get to use that his daughter lives in. Reading step-parent blogs, they pay based on the number of rooms. Plus, my grocery bill has tripled living here. I feel like I'm footing the bill for a lot of his daughter's living expenses. This makes me feel resentful when every moment he drives home that I don't contribute or have any stake in this home. He's right that I have no stake, but I more than contribute with household costs and chores. But if I moved out on my own, our relationship would end. So it feels silly. I want to revisit how expenses are split because I don't feel secure in the way he's talking that I won't be left out to rot. I am much better at managing my money, and even with the higher cost of rent living alone, I was able to save more money living on my own. And since he keeps making it so clear this isn't my home and I don't contribute, I frankly want to focus on saving more and finish purchasing my own home. Really, I want to leave this home and relationship. How do you split expenses and what would be equitable in our situation?
She needs to leave.
I agree.
She definitely needs to bounce for sure. I don't know anybody that can actually pitch in something and not classified as yours.
I totally agree. I think the very fact that he may has made several comments about it tells me that no matter what happens, even if they were to get married, he's never going to view that as her home.
Yep.
It's always
Yep. It's always going to be his house. Mine, 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 mine. Well, it's his name's on the deed, so that's what he's looking at. He's being very arrogant on that one there.
To me, that's not a relationship that I would want to stay in.
Toxic for sure.
So how would you split living expenses in a situation like that?
If somebody says it's mine, then okay, motherfucker, you have full responsibility. This is yours. You pay it all. Then I'm out. You really can't. If someone said it's not yours, I really feel that you can't. You there's nothing to you. There's nothing left.
So it's his house, but she's paying the utilities. She's paying all the groceries. So he's paying the mortgage.
Yeah, but I mean, then if that's the case, if he's sitting there saying it's not yours, if she's paying for the electric and the food, then okay, then this ain't your electric. This is mine. This is my food. Don't eat my food.
Mm-hmm.
Can't use my electricity. You can't take a shower for hot water. You can't turn the lights on when you need to see. Can't run the AC when you get hot.
Mm-hmm.
So if
I
you see, can't charge your cell phone, I'm just saying you're stuck like Chuck, bro. Compromise, man. You're in a relationship.
I think that, and I understand how she feels because I was in a similar relationship where I moved in with someone who owned the house. I was actively purchasing a house, had already put money, earnest money for a house, and he talked me into just moving in with him. Well, the entire relationship, he did discount my contributions. And that does not, the house never felt like home for me. And I think it's so important when you're with somebody, like when you finally move to Oklahoma and this is your home, I
Mm-hmm.
want to feel like our home, not my home, not your home, our home.
I agree.
So I think she needs to run the other direction on this one.
I couldn't agree more.
So,
Definitely couldn't agree. She needs to bounce for sure.
all right. I was kind of hoping Henry would be in here for that one because I'd like to hear Henry. One. Okay, so my next one, this one's kind of weird, kind of different. All right. This is the title. My male 30 boyfriend won't stop watching Avatar: The Way of Water during sex with me, male 27, for 3 weeks now.
Oh my god! Why have I feel like I've heard this one before? Oh my lord! I guess everybody's got their gets their rocks off one way or another, but that ain't okay. But teach their own. But I just want it's a right way to get your rocks off.
Okay, here's the story. I, male 27, and my boyfriend, male 30, have been in a relationship for over 2 years now. We love watching movies and cracking jokes during them, and at some point, we decided to watch Avatar: The Way of Water. At around an hour and a half in, we randomly decided to have sex while it was on. And when we finished, there was still about an hour left. I think this is completely normal, but what's happening now is that every time we have sex, he puts The Way of Water on. Every single time.
Okay.
It's been 3 weeks and we've had sex maybe 10 to 14 times, and he keeps putting it on during sex. He says he wants to last the entire duration of the film, but why not just start a timer? I'm sick of watching this movie, and sex is becoming such a hassle, and I don't understand the obsession. What is going on?
Hmm. I'm not an anime kind of guy, so I have no answers for that. I don't know how somebody can really
Well, but Avatar isn't an anime movie.
it's well, it's one of those like um what do they call that? Not 3D, not 3D. I got a word, I got a brain fart. I can't even think of the
Yeah,
word.
I don't know what it's called.
But it's not whatever, yeah. It's
See,
CGI. Thank you, Jimmy. CGI. That I was looking for the word. I'm like, wait a minute, I know it. Yeah, it's okay, CGI. I don't know. I mean, it's still fake. To me, it's still
Uh,
like a cartoon. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
So, uh, I mean, okay, so I get that, you're watching a movie and then things happen and then wham bam, you're fooling around, a little Netflix and chill. Um, so I don't know, maybe it was just like so good for him that he's trying to recreate that. And so turning on Avatar, I guess, is he's trying to recreate that time that it was so good.
Is
Or he likes the weird blue creature things in Avatar. Aren't that the blue creatures? Yeah.
I
Maybe
mean,
get an
if
Avatar costume.
is he watching it while he's doing it,
Doesn't
or for the
say.
sound of the movie?
I don't know, but it's so strange.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, so someone says, if he wants a real challenge, try lasting through Killers of the Flower Moon. That's proper pro level fucking right there, because that movie's almost hours long. Um, let's see. Let's say it's all good in my opinion, other than banging with Disney on. Yeah, I guess as long as you're not doing it to like the Little Mermaid, I I don't know.
Mm.
Someone says if you check his search history, there's a really good chance you're going to find a bunch of Avatar porn.
Yeah, I'm sure. I would put money on that one. Yeah. God, man, that's just I don't know. If anybody's watching, please, if y'all into that shit, please let us know what's kind of ticklish or pickle on that one. I'm very curious.
Oh, some of these I can't not even read the comments from people. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, my advice to you, if you want to just dive into this, find the story on Reddit because woo, but
Mm, mm-mm.
read the comments. So I do have one more story, and it's an "Am I the asshole?" And this one I really want to discuss. Are you good with that?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay. Hang on. I'm trying to fix it here. Is that better?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. This one is called "Am I the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend because of his behavior on social media?" Okay. We've been together almost 4 years now, and overall, things have been good. We have a great time together, and he's sweet and caring. However, there's a problem with his Instagram behavior. About a year ago, I found he had tons of screenshots of other girls on his phone, from Instagram models to random half naked girls. He apologized and said he'd stop, but he didn't. He keeps hiding his phone to the point that if he needs to take a picture when I'm around, he'll always ask me to take it with my phone or only take it with his and then airdrop it to me so I can see it. He also follows over, and I'm not even exaggerating the number here, 700 random girls on Instagram. He recently archived our only picture together on his account, but kept all of the other pictures with other girls, which are all quite disrespectful and really makes it look like they had something. I've talked to him about it, but he gets defensive and says it means nothing. I feel disrespected, and despite the good times, I'm considering a breakup. Am I wrong for ending things over this? It feels like he might be hiding more than he admits, so I feel like I can't trust him, as the way he behaves with his phone and online don't match with the boyfriend I know in person.
That's it.
That's it.
Kind of leaving out a lot of blanks on that one there. It seems like.
Really? Is it though?
Yeah, it's kind of to the point. So I guess my question would be: is she sending him pictures too, or is it just like the shit he's finding on His Instagram account.
Sounds like it's the stuff he's finding on Instagram, or who knows, because she's not allowed to see his phone.
Yeah, then I think if you not allowing her to see the phone, obviously she's hiding. He's hiding something.
The very fact that he follows over 700 other women on Instagram and screenshots their posts.
I would say honestly, I would be checking the bank statements.
How many OnlyFans subscriptions does he have?
Mm-hmm.
Because most of those girls, that's what they're
Yep.
doing.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're posing on there modeling on Instagram, it's usually for OF.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely check the bank statements, girl. Check it.
Well, I mean, if she's not allowed to see his phone, I can't imagine she's allowed to see his bank statements.
Yeah, they don't have a shared account. Yep.
Yeah, he's definitely hiding stuff.
Hiding stuff. Mm-hmm. You
He
got
got
all the OFs. Yeah. That's
so
that could be a
it
lot of money a month there, bro.
it's disrespectful, especially if she's expressed to him how it makes her feel and he's still doing it. He doesn't respect you, and you need to run the other direction.
Hmm.
Gonna disrespect you and not have any regard for your feelings about something like this, then he's not. Yeah, run the other direction.
Run. Yeah, that's kind
But
of jacked up.
I don't mind when, I mean, if you were to like another girl's picture on Instagram or something, I mean, it wouldn't bother me. Now, if it was repeated constantly, yeah.
I wouldn't even do it in the first place. I mean, if it's a family member, okay, that's one thing, but strangers, no,
Yeah.
I don't see the need for it. There's no need for it.
So, do you think that that's a reason? So, is social media a reason to end a relationship?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not really showing everything right then and there, imagine what down the road it's going to get worse. If you're showing it in the beginning or even the middle of the relationship, you've been for a couple of years, eventually it's going to get worse. If he's testing the waters, it seems like he's testing waters right now. But he's flying with this. God only knows what he's going to fly with more down the road. Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, I
He's just
think some get a bad rap for being, the social media stalkers, like of our significant other's friend list. But, but I think sometimes guys just don't. You can like a picture without liking the picture, without making a public showing.
mentally knowing you like it. Yes.
You don't have to. I think when you can appreciate a photo as you're scrolling. You're human. You're a man. I get it. But actually taking the time to do a reaction to it is only showing that other person that you did like it. My
I,
opinion.
yeah, yeah, it makes sense to me. I agree with that one. I would agree with you.
So you can like it without liking it. Respect.
Hey, that's women math, y'all. It's girl math.
Girl
Girl
math.
math. Girl math. You can like a photo without clicking on it. That with that screen I like so much, and I cheat on accident.
So we
Uh,
like history. Is that what you're saying?
I do have a small story.
Do tell.
Subject is a need your take on a messy situation.
Okay.
Hey, MB show. Got something heavy on my plate,
I thought you
and
didn't
could
get.
I just got one.
Oh, my bad.
I'm just kidding. I need your take on a messy situation. This is the subject. Hey, MB show. Got something heavy on my plate and could really use your input. I've been noticing some red flags pointing to my fiance playing around behind my back. She has been hiding her phone when she showers, always tells me she doesn't feel well at night. We previously had a great sex life, and the biggest red flag for me is she made a new, quote unquote, new friend at work. But don't tell me their name. I'm all over the place and not sure how to handle this mess. Before I go off the deep end, thought I'd hit you up for some real talk. Any thoughts or advice you got would be gold.
Hmm.
Bruh, she cheating, bruh. She got a work hubby. She got one of them work husband. I think that's the worst thing ever.
I wouldn't jump to immediately she's cheating, but there's definitely something going on.
If you have to hide your phone when you shower,
Well,
you
yeah.
may not be physically cheating, but to me, that's cheating.
Yeah. She's obviously doing something she doesn't want you to know about, and she won't tell you the person's name, which is weird. Um, mm, I think it's time for a come to Jesus, like a talk, like a we're gonna put all of this out in the open. This is really bothering me. Okay, you guys are engaged.
Yeah, the pillow talk is pretty much like the secrecy should have been off the table. Should have been off the table after the first few dates if you really want to get to know the person or really be with the person. But
So, I mean, you're engaged, and I'm assuming you live together. Sounds like it. Um, but you just need to sit her down and tell her, I cannot marry you if you cannot be open and honest with me what is going on. And give her
yeah, or keep her around a little bit. Go to a family or not a family function. I'm sorry, a work function because most companies have like a Christmas party or a
Mhm.
picnic thing during the summertime. Whatever they most companies now these days throw like family events, family days, stuff like that, Christmas parties and stuff like that. Definitely try to figure out those dates and push to go to that event. And then I would want to be either introduced before I introduced. I can actually I would kind of feel it out a little bit, see how she reacts around certain employees because it's going to be the red flag right there. She's going to act different from one dude, especially different. If you have a thing in your mind, there's always going to be one person that is her work husband she's going to act totally different around because she has spilled some personal beans to him about their relationship. Just watch her. Just observe how she reacts. Listen to the words that she says, and I think that the writing's going to be on the wall right then and there. She's going to tell it herself. And then when you see them red flags right there, then I would start kind of sneaking the way in a little bit and try to ask some questions about his personal life and see what's up. Just my opinion.
I would, mm, I would just sit her down and ask her and just tell her.
It seems like he's already tried that. If she's hiding her shit, I mean, if you're engaged, why wouldn't you not even try to sit down and talk with her in the first place?
It sounds like you need to, if she's not willing to actually have a conversation about this and your feelings about this, you need to rethink this engagement for sure. And that's, and I'm sorry.
I would at least want to find out who it is first before I end my engagement. That way I get my closure.
Mm, yeah, I get that.
Because this dude is short and fat and nasty looking, and he seems to be, if he's a good looking dude, then I mean, come on, I mean, there's your closure right there, man. Especially if you got something good going on in your life, you got a good job, making decent money. I don't know. That's just me. That's what I would do.
So, commenters, people watching, viewers, what do you think? What do you think he should do?
How do you go about that if they keep drifting apart? Mm.
I mean, it's time. It's
If you
time. To transition.
time to end it. If you're drifting, end it before it's too late. If you're drifting during the engagement, either try to bring it back together, but I don't think you can bring it back together if she's already hiding shit on you.
Both people have to. I mean, it's natural for some people. I mean, it's natural as you go through the phases of your life and your relationship and things going on that you drift from time to time. But both people have to make a conscious decision to bring it back together. And if he's the only one wanting to bring it back together, it's not going to happen. I mean, it's hard to try to pull somebody, pull back to somebody when the other person is pushing away.
All right. Yep. It's never going to work that way, I don't think.
Really super sad.
Huh?
It's really super sad.
Why?
It's sad. I
Oh,
mean,
it's sad it's happening. But see, it's sad for because she's doing wrong, but if he was doing wrong, would it still be sad?
well, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Making sure there's no double standards here.
Oh my god.
I
I'm not
equality, equality, baby, across the board.
being sad for him. Like, I'm not how is that not equal? Like, it's
I,
sad.
just asking. Calm
Ooh.
down. Calm down. It's okay. It's just an email. It's just a story. I feel bad for the dude.
I do too. Would you feel bad for her if he was doing it?
Yeah, I would.
Making sure there's no double standards here.
She would have left though.
Would she? Probably not.
Maybe I would say she would have once she did what I would have done, like trying to find out who it is.
I
Yeah,
think it takes women a couple times before they leave.
it's kind of the same situation as before. Secrecy is a mistrust. Can't breed a good relationship, and if the person won't ease the other's mind, it won't work. Yeah, it's always going to be in the back of your mind at that point. It's never going to leave your mind. That's the shitty thing about cheating. It's never going to leave your mind. I don't give a shit what you say. You're going to say, okay, you can forgive me, you can forgive him, her, whatever the case may be, and then that's it.
You can't forget it though. They say
No,
forget
you won't forget it.
can't because there's going to be things that trigger feelings and trigger you into thinking that they're up to something. They're doing something. And you're right. She should be willing to ease his mind. And if she won't ease his mind, then she's not the one.
Peace.
Yep.
It's all anybody really needs. And it was actually funny when I said the peace. We talked about that a little bit ago. I was on live on TikTok, and I was asked, what do women? I mean, what do men really expect women to bring to the table? And honestly, I said peace and happiness. But it also the same thing because I know she also wants the same. So it goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
What does a man bring to the table? Well, it depends. If you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife, but first and foremost, I really believe it's peace and happiness on both parts.
I think so. I think another thing that women want a man to bring to the table is stability.
Mm-hmm.
Women tend to look to men to offer that stability. And a lot of women have just viewed that stability word as financial stability, but it's financial stability. It's stability in your family, it's stability in your life, not just financial stability.
I was going to say security, but the same difference. Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what women are looking for. And it goes back to the way that women are wired, you know, men are wired as the providers and the protectors. Well, women are wired to be protected and to be, we want that.
Do they?
Well,
Not
some
you. And the new generation, do they really want that? Is the biggest thing because I've seen they're strong, independent women. So if you're strong and independent, how much protection do you need?
I think a lot of them like really don't want to be strong independent women. They don't want to be shunned from society by saying that they would rather be traditional.
A pick me.
Hmm.
Basically, I label it as a pick me. And honestly, I don't think it's a shameful word to use. Just there and say, I would say if I was a woman and say, yeah, you're just a pick me. Goddamn right I am. Proud of it too. Don't be hating me because I can please my man better than you can. What's that song? What's that song? I could take your man if I want to. Just say it. You little head thing. I could take your man if I want to.
Be nice to not have to be. Absolutely. Absolutely. It would be nice to not have to be because it's not natural. It's not natural. It's not in the natural order of things
Yeah.
or do it all without a man. It's not.
Oh yeah, it is. Them strong independent women say
Bring
they
on that.
they got this. They got this. I'm a strong independent woman. I got this. I can do this. I don't need no man.
I got this. Want to have this. Like I've got this. I take care of myself and my dog. I don't want to do it by myself.
I'm not saying you.
I know. I'm just saying, and I think a lot of women, if they were really being honest with themselves, wouldn't want to do it by themselves either.
No, and I know a man. I mean, I think men deep down inside they don't want to either, but they'd rather do it by themselves and deal with the bullshit that in today's society women bring. And if you ain't bringing nothing valuable as far as love and peace and happiness, then I don't really see the need for you in my life.
Yeah.
But like again, it goes both ways. She also, I know deep down inside, I, I think it's harder to break down the walls of saying a woman saying I am a strong, independent woman. I don't need a man. She wants it, like you said earlier, but I don't really see any walls breaking down, no matter who he is, for her to get that peace and happiness. She's scorned from whatever reason it may be. Maybe it be cheating or whatever, but you got to let that shit go. You have to let it go eventually. If you want to hold on for the rest of your life, you're going to be bitter, miserable, and hating every man that walks in your life. And then you're going to be complaining and crying and moaning to your friends that you can't find a good man. And by then, the good men are already taken by the women that were pygmies. I think it's a double standard, though, right? Why can women decide their want is more important than the man's? I think it's both, really, though. Every
It's people are selfish. People think that their desires and their wants are the most important thing. They supersede everybody else's.
so I think the women that there says I'm a strong, independent women. I don't need no man, thinking they're superior than everybody, including some women. And it's you need help.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion on that take. But for everybody watching, including on TikTok, feel free to email some good stories, kind of like what we just read tonight. I'd like to have some fun with it. It's also across the bottom of the screen. Women say they can be independent, but they shouldn't have to be. They should have to be a bit if a man says that he's told it's his role.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
You're
But we do appreciate y'all stopping in tonight. Please email. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to get notified for future videos. All right. You guys have a good night. Later.
Bye, guys.